me bring that down just a little. Let me tell you, finding a location to go live in your car is harder than you think. Because last week, if you weren't here, fun fact, random fact of the day, last week I found a spot near my house that is perfect for going live because there's an AT&T tower right there, and like legit the speed is insane, both download and upload. So that's where I like to go live. But last week, a lady came up to my car and had to tell me that it was a private drive and I shouldn't be there because it was a private drive. And I was like, oh, I don't think it's listed as a private drive. Fun fact, it is. It says on their little road private drive. So then I was like, well, I don't want to go there again because I don't want to upset the Karen. And so then I tried to find a location near it, but then I was like, no matter what, I'm on a road. And I like put myself in her shoes and I was like, well, if I was sitting in my house and a random car parked and a guy was just talking to his phone, like, what would I think? So then I was like, well, I can't go to a park, can't go to a school because that's weird. So then I was like, well, I'll go to a parking lot. But then some shopping centers have really good download speed, but they don't have good upload speeds. So then I just drive around. And then I get worried because I'm like, okay, people probably are just thinking you're driving around. I'm way overthinking it, but it's very hard because I found a really good location, but it didn't have good upload speeds. It's very difficult. It didn't used to be this difficult. I don't know what happened. Anyways, that was a very long intro. I've missed all of you guys. Uh, Today, the Ken from the car, it's a little late, and the title is One Day at a Time, because, you guys and girls and everyone in between, um, it's been rough. Rough. So, a fun fact, Walmart or Cracker Barrel. So, we don't have a Cracker Barrel in Spokane. We have one in Idaho, but that's a long drive. And my Walmart near me, I don't know where we're located. It's up on a hill. It's very complicated. I don't know why it's so complicated, but it is. Um. Anywho, um. All right. So I wasn't. It's been a week. So for those of you who didn't know, I've been gone for a while. I was in treatment, and fun fact about being in treatment, they change all of your medications. Actually, they took me all off, then they changed medications. So like I'm in this weird phase of going off certain and being put on, and I forgot how not fun that is. So for anyone that has gone through this, your body doesn't like it at all. So I have been just in, like where you're not sick, but you feel sick. Like you feel like you have the flu, but you don't, and you take your temperature 7,000 times a day. That's where I'm at because I'm in my mind, I really feel like I'm sick. Well, probably am, but like it's just I know it's gonna take time, and I am someone that wants to rush things, and I'm someone that's like I want it done now, and I don't like being patient, and I don't like waiting for things to happen, and I want it done now. And so anyways, so then I was like, well, maybe I won't do a Ken from the car, but then I was like, no, Ken, you made a commitment to yourself to be consistent and do it every week because you love it, you get things out of it, you're happy. And then I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then the whole trying to find a spot, it just has been a thing. It's been a thing. But we're here now. That was a long explanation. How is everyone doing? Um, Even though I'm not feeling 100%, I did want to come and chat to you guys about some stuff. Um, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about, hi Heidi, hi Angela, hi Beth, everyone that's saying hi. Um, we're going to talk about a ton of stuff. I do have some stuff that I want to show you that we are launching and just some sales and stuff. First and foremost, there are affiliate links down below. So if you use affiliate links, we do get a small commission. We're going to talk about that because it's not like it used to be. You used to be able, well, maybe I'm just not doing it right anymore. I don't know. I'm not probably consistent. There's a lot of things, but there's a lot of change in the air. I don't know if you guys feel it. Do you guys feel like there is change in the air? I would love, okay, I have a funny story, Linda. You guys are already getting me off subject. Okay, so this is a funny story. Prepare. When I was in treatment, I was in Palm Springs at Betty Ford Clinic, and I had a really good friend there. I can tell your first name because it's confidential, but her name was Ashley. And downtown Palm Springs is super fun, but it's super hot. Number one, fun fact, it was like 120 there at all times. But anyways, downtown, we went downtown and there was this like crystal shop. It's called Crystal Fantasies. And there was a guy in there that was a medium. He was a psychic medium. And you can make an appointment with him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to be read by a medium. This is going to be great. And you know me, my expectations are like way up here. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. We're going to get in touch, you know, all this stuff. So I sit down with the psychic medium, and he had credentials. Like he was on TV shows, and like he looked the part. He had a big poster, like, okay. And so me and Ashley are so excited. We actually came back the next day because he was so busy, and I'm like, that's a good sign, right? So I go first, and the first thing he does is he goes, we don't charge for this. However, if you just want tarot card reading, it's $20. And if you want to get in touch with someone, it's $40. And I was like, okay, no problem. I get it. Everyone has stick. Everyone has to make money. So I gave him my $40. And I have huge expectations. Like, I have a feeling like I'm going to have a little conversation with my mom. He's going to give me life's answers. He's going to tell me what lotto numbers. I don't know. Like, I look at like Teresa Caputo and Tyler, and I'm like, that's what it's going to be. Well, first thing he says is, can I have a photo of someone? Doesn't matter if they're here or departed. And I'm like, why do you need a photo? But whatever. I did it. I gave him a photo of my mom, which then he could tell because it was a grainy photo that was probably old. But it was just so funny because, like, literally, he would do this. He would go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, oh, okay. And be random. He's like, so this person was someone close to you. Yep. Like, it was so bad, you guys. It was so bad. Bad. Like, to the point where nothing was right. He didn't get anything near, but I was too nice and I didn't want to be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And I was like, maybe I'm just hard to read. Maybe, I don't know. And I didn't want to ruin Ashley's reading because she was up next. And I was like, she might have a magical reading, right? So, like, it was bad. Like, there's a C word around your mom. And then it was like, and then all of a sudden, like, seriously, it was like, it was bad. He said I was an alcoholic, which I wasn't. Like, just bad. Said I had 4 brothers. Don't. Like, and I know, like, well, this person needs to see why. Why does it always have to be? Why do I have to have the truck here? So anyways, so I get done with my reading. Ashley comes and does her reading. Oh, and they do tarot cards. And I don't even remember my tarot cards because at that point I was checked out, right? So Ashley sits down, she does her reading. And I was like, well, I want to make sure if she had a good reading, I'm supportive. So she's done. We leave the store and I go, so, and she looks at me, she goes, I swear to God, if you had a good reading, I'm going to cry because that was the worst experience of my life. So literally, it was horrible. So now I'm very sad. So that was a fun little story because we thought it was going to be magical. It was not magical. And then my best friend Allie had a magical experience. She actually went to a show with Teresa Caputo and had an amazing reading. So that happened. But anyways, not good. But it was an experience, right? We paid for an experience and we'll have that and I'll be able to tell that to people forever, right? Never have expectation with those things. I know, right? You really shouldn't have, because it was so bad. It was so bad. It was just bad. Anyways, that was my little tangent for the time. Anyways, let's talk about change. So I'm telling you guys, there's so much change in the air. I don't know, for those of you, I don't want to go into too much great detail. I'm sure the news is already out there, but like, there's a lot of leadership changes at CHALKY. There's a lot of change happening, and I'm not the best with change. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I when I find something that works, I stick to it, and I don't like to change because I'm like, this works. Why would we change? Blah, 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 blah. You know, like TikTok influencers, they're doing all these weird, you know, it's just different, right? But there's so much change happening. And I get very overwhelmed. And here's the deal. For those of you who don't know, and I'm being pretty transparent here, in March of this year, I went to treatment for the first time. And I left treatment and I went hard, fast. I was like, everything's great. Let's get back to live videos. Let's get back to CHALKY. Let's get back to Ken from the car. Let's do all this. And I crashed and burned, and it was bad. And I entered probably 7 months of the darkest months of my life. And luckily, I could see that, and that's when I asked for help again and went to Betty Ford. But the reason I tell you this is this time I am doing it way differently. I'm listening. I'm taking it one day at a time. I am, you know, reminding myself, like, this is just going to take time. Like, it's going to be hard work, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take patience, and it's going to take me being honest and open and pushing myself and doing things that, you know, I didn't do before. And this time, last time my sobriety didn't come first. I put a lot of stuff first. I put other people's sobriety first and made sure I was there for other people. I made sure, you know, I put everything else before it. And this time it's literally like, and Sean has been so understanding, like literally it's been whatever is best for your sobriety. Because I'm going to tell you something that I'm not proud of. The last time I came out of treatment and I hit 30 and 60 days, they weren't true 30 and 60 days. I had little tiny relapses in there, but I didn't want to tell anyone because I was ashamed and embarrassed and stuff. And so I just was like, let's pretend that didn't happen. This time I'm true. Like it is, I think I'm 55 days. I'm not counting as much as I did last time because that stressed me out. Counting is stressful, people, because then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get 60 days and there's expectations around that and blah, 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 blah. So I'm kind of counting, but not really. And I think I'm at 55. I think so. I'm like right there at 60. And this is a true 60. Like I have taken care of myself. I have not relapsed. I have, knock on wood, haven't had strong cravings and triggers. And I've just avoided situations that last time put me at risk. And I'm just being smart about it and putting my sobriety first and going to NA meetings, found a sponsor, all of that stuff. And is it easier? No, it's harder. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I have no energy. I am tired all the time. I'm cranky. Like I said, I'm going through medication change and stuff, but I know long term it's going to be better. And each day I'll get a little stronger and stronger. The big thing for me has been just I guess in a way just, you know, taking care of myself. Like for a while there, I let everything rule me. So I let, you know, we need to make money. We need to do this. I was so worried about the future. What's going to happen if this all ends? What happens if we can't make money? I would get so anxious. And then I have Sean in my life who's like, I'm like, what's the sense? He's like, well, if it ends, it ends. You go get a job. Or what if this happens? If it happens, it happens. You know, like just, I'm so anxious and it didn't get me anywhere. I mean, it did. It got me in rehab, which isn't good. No, it is good because I needed it. But I learned a lot of really so much is out of our control. Like, I hope I could do this forever, but if I don't, I can always go back and find a job or whatever. But I want to get back to where, you know, I'm happy and joyful and laughing because addiction robs you of all of that. And for those of you who don't know my story, I was pretty deep into it, and it got bad, and you don't know if it robs you of that. You don't realize it until you look around and see what you have lost, and you think you're happy, but it's kind of a false happy, you know what I mean? So anyways, this whole thing wasn't about this, but it was about change, and that sometimes we have to. Someone told me one time, like, if you're, it's one of my favorite quotes I heard in rehab was, if you are depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're calm, you're living in the present, right? And I was like, that is true. And I'm always depressed and anxious. And so anyways, I think your experience making sure. Yes. So anyways, today was a rough day. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of stuff happened, but that's okay. We're not gonna let that get us down. And that's why I wanted to do a Ken from the car. So let me get you caught up on some other stuff. So last week, if you were watching Ken from the car, we debuted our first kind of UV project, which was the Snowmiser door tags. We learned a lot, people. Okay, we learned a lot. They were a lot more work than we thought they were going to be, but that's okay. We learned. So as promised, because a lot of people said, are you going to do his brother? We are. We're launching him. Here he is. Isn't he cute? See, look at, you can see his head scratched. We learned that if you use certain spray paint and then UV print on it, not so good. It scratches. So we had to kind of reduce them. But isn't this cute? So you get 2 door tags. Look at, you can see the scratch. We've learned a lot. Anyways, isn't that freaking cute? Look at that pattern. I'm too much. So this is my mom. She used to always say she was HEATMEISER. So you get the 2 door tags. So you can see we printed on both sides because we were testing it, because I'm not kidding. Like, we found out like certain stuff doesn't work. So basically I would display it like this, and then I made a bow. Okay. So fun fact about these, we have to cut the door tag, paint them, let them dry, then UV print on them. It's a lot more involved than I thought, but that's okay. We're learning. But these do go live right now. All of the Snowmiser ones, for people who bought them, they went out today. Isn't that exciting? Actually, they went out a few days ago. I lied to you. Something else went out today. They went out a few days ago, so you should be getting them. If you want it says the Snowmiser bundle, but it's the HEATMEISER bundle below. If you want it, just click on the link, and you get both door tags with shipping, everything included. And I want to say it's $47.50. I should know this. Just a second. I'm looking it up on my phone. It's been a very busy day. Oh my gosh. I think they're $47.50. I think so. $48.50. Thank you, Sean. It was going to be $47.50, but we had to change it because that was Snowmiser, and that would be confusing because we've stopped Snowmiser. Now we're moving on to HEATMEISER. Now, here's the thing with UV prints. We do have an email if you want some custom stuff. So reach out to us. We're going to have Sean start calling on people's custom stuff because it is interesting. We can do a ton of stuff with this machine. We can print on vinyl. We can print on wood. We can print on canvas. We can print on glass. So much stuff. But that opens up so much possibilities. Like, for example, someone reached out to us and said, can I get a canvas? And we're like, sure, what size? And then we need the photo and stuff. So it's not just like, when I envisioned this, I was like, we'll just open a store and put everything on there. And I was like very overwhelmed. And this machine can do so much. It will be better for us to like reach out and get specifics and stuff. So there is an email down below that you can email and tell us what you want. And the whole point of this is to get you guys stuff where it's reasonably priced and you can do it. So make sure to reach out to us. Also, can you UV print over UV print? You can. Yes. So I think I know what you mean, like a UV print over a UV print. You can, but like a UV like background, and then we're putting on top of that. You're going to have to reach out to me because now I'm confused. Like I can print over, if I wanted to print over this again, I could. I could paint it. And then, is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. Anyways, so just reach out to us and we will totally see what we can do for you. Because that was the whole reason we got this machine, was so we could do like custom stuff. And what we're going to be doing instead of like a project like this, can you UV print a board white, then a HEATMEISER over it? Yes, you can. So here's what we found out. So UV printing, great question, by the way. So UV printing is actually pretty reasonable, but when you print white, so basically what happens in that case is it does a white layer and then it does the color layer over that. For whatever reason, white is expensive. It is expensive to print. So like in this case, when I first did this, it was on wood and I printed this all in white with him over it. And that's a lot of white ink. So it was just more economical for us to roll them. Or actually Sean sprayed them with his sprayer. I didn't see that last question. Something about UV, or wait, let me look at it. Do you need a certain megapixel or zoom in image and what file format custom? So the better the resolution, it's better. But I mean, like, if you emailed us a photo and it didn't look good, we would tell you, like, this isn't a good photo to use. But I've used just a phone taken off of my iPhone and printed like a picture of Jazzy and her husband, and it turned out gorgeous. So the only thing I will say is we did UV prints for we remodeled a bedroom for like kind of a TV room, and we did UV prints of our dogs, and our photo of our original 4 dogs in the back of the truck, because it was taken on an older camera in 2000 and probably 6. Obviously it's more fuzzy because it's not as highly quality, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing, but I can let you know on that. All right, the next thing I wanted to chat with is we had someone ask if where we are getting like our cutouts and SVGs, and if I'm going to sell artwork, and I am. We are going to be doing that on a new store. It's called Mackenzie Art Studio. So we've teamed up with them. So if you want to see it, because I don't want to open a website. I know it's just too much for me, people, right now. Like I gotta literally take this one step at a time. And if I did a website, that's very overwhelming. So everything will be getting listed there soon. I saw another question about UV printing. This may be a dumb question. I know what UV means, but what is a UV print in this context? So UV is ultraviolet. So basically what this printer does is it lays down UV ink, and then a UV light hits it and sets it immediately. So this way it literally cures it on top of it, so it becomes permanent. So instead of like sublimation, where you're printing something on a printer and then you are sublimating it onto something using heat or sometimes water, this literally, you put it into a bed, it prints it directly on it and cures it immediately. So it's a done deal, and it's permanent if you use the right. Like we found out that if you use certain spray paint, it's not permanent. But then if you rolled it, it was permanent. We're learning. We're learning. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, a lot of people have reached out to me about the GLOWFORGE sale, and I was like, what are you talking about on a GLOWFORGE sale? It's still $500 off if you use our coupon. They're like, no, some people are saying they're going to give us $1,100 off. I'm like, how are they getting $1,100? So what it is it's $500 off for the Pro and free shipping. And shipping is normally $600. So they're saying you're saving $1,100, but really it's free shipping. So that's what everyone's saying. We used Burr Interior Ultra. We did. So the spray paint that it didn't work, we used really cheap spray paint that was flat, and I didn't like it. And I do remember when they sent us that UV printer, they had said something to the extent of certain finishes, the machine, it won't be permanent because of the materials they use, and maybe in that spray paint they use, I don't know, but it came off. I was so sad, very sad. Yeah. So that's what's going on with the GLOWFORGE. CRICUT. Okay, there was no primer in this spray can. Okay. Is that what that means? No, it was. It's paint and primer. We used it. Maybe it was. I don't know. So you guys, I need to update all my Cricut links because they changed their affiliate from ShareSale to Impact, and we haven't updated those. And so, like, we make no money with Cricut anymore, which is fine. But I know a lot of you still like to support us. So I do have the links down below. I went on their website. They have new watercolor paper and watercolor pens, and Cricut is big. Here's the deal, reason why I don't do as much with their affiliate links. Number one, Cricut is inundated. You can get it everywhere. When I started with Cricut, it literally was just on their store. They didn't really have a presence in stores. And now it's in like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Target, Walmart, freaking Lowe's. We saw it at Lowe's, Home Depot. And it's just like you can get it pretty much anywhere. But anyone that does use our links, we're very supportive. We still have a coupon code with them for Ken10, which gets you 10% off. Right now, they are 40% off all tools, accessories, and materials. Here's another thing, you guys. I am not in like their materials aren't the best. I know that's kind of mean, but so I've kind of tried. I mean, some of their materials I use a lot of, but you know, yeah. So regardless, check them out down below. I still do get their mystery boxes because I started a Cricut Cutie collection. If you haven't heard it, I get addicted to things, and so I need the whole collection. They did release watercolor paper and watercolor pens, so you can do watercolor now in your Cricut machines. You just bought a Joy for a great price during the Amazon sale. I like my little Cricut Joy. Here's the deal on the whole crafting world right now. I feel like we need a machine that's going to shake up the industry. When the Cricut Explorer came out, it kind of shook up the industry, and then the Maker came out. But since then, there hasn't been anything that's different or really set anything apart. And I feel like we're at the stale point, you know? Like, I would love to see something different and new and exciting. Because it just is like they're just re-releasing a same machine over and over again in different colors or a different name or whatever. Even Silhouette, they haven't really released anything, brother. I know We Are Memory Keepers released something new that's like a card screen printing kit. No, maybe it's a screen printing kit. Remind me of the You-Do. But other than that, I haven't really seen a lot in the industry. And I think the GLOWFORGE really kind of changed the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of people now are getting GLOWFORGEs and they're making a ton of money on GLOWFORGEs. I'm telling you right now, the thing that would make me excited is if we could get a smaller laser cutter like the GLOWFORGE that's powerful, but in a smaller format that could be affordable, or a smaller UV printer would be cool. I just think the DIY industry is waiting for the next big thing, and we're just waiting for it. Like, it's not really happening. I know the Cricut is still a huge brand, and you see it on TikTok, and you see it everywhere, but it's not. We have the StarCraft Solo. We just have to review it. That's the thing. I need to get back to doing my machine reviews. But here's the deal. One day at a time, and I can't do too much because then I get overwhelmed. And then, why do these trucks park lengthwise? Not this way, but this way, and I don't get it. And it's stressing me out. All right. So, anyways, the Cricut links are down there. I would love to know what you guys think. Like, do you guys still shop with them? Do you go to Walmart? Do you go to Amazon? Do you go to Michael's or Dan's or Hobby Lobby? Because I would love to know. What about the new Caesar Juliet? So I saw that when I was in treatment, I saw that come out, and I reached out to my contact at Caesar, and it looks great. I don't know what makes it different. So I do need to look into it. Maybe I need to review it. What makes it so different? Good night, Ellen. Elena, sorry. Is it Elena? Anyways, I've lost. Here's the deal. I still love doing machine reviews. You guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I let CRICUT hurt me, and that really started a downward spiral for me. And I don't blame them for anything, but it kind of took a little bit of my sparkle away, and that's okay. Um, like I've been thinking like change, like what could we do? Like we love making like our almond roca. Maybe we start making that and selling that. Like when I go on TikTok and I see people just selling random rocks out of sand and they're like can't keep up with orders, I'm like, hmm. And this one lady was just taking Skittles and putting hot sauce on it and selling that. Jay, there is a glitter shortage. It's a thing. Well, at least it says it on TikTok, and I believe anything on TikTok. Um. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm Chalkator. A lot of people have been asking me what are my thoughts on that because they've noticed like it's the changes. We have a new website. I know that she'll be announcing it tonight. The CEO is leaving, and that breaks my heart because I love Christine. So I'm telling you, change is in the air. And sometimes change is a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. But I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. I had to show you this. Look at this, you guys. I finally brought it. So, fun fact. You guys know Funko, right? Did you know it's based out of Washington State? It's on the other side of the state in Everett, Washington. And you can go there and you can make little custom pops. Now, I took mine out, and now I can't get him back in, so he's a little crooked. But Allie made it. It says Kenny and the Pups, and it simulates all the pups. And, yeah. I know, Jan, I shouldn't have said that, because she's announcing it tonight, technically in Emerging Leaders, but I'm going to take it out of the box, because he's so cute. I'm really sad about it, though. Okay, so, look. And she gave me a little phone and a little coffee. He's a little skinnier than me. Has a smaller package. And then look at the little dog. Isn't it the cutest thing ever? She was going to surprise me, but she couldn't. So she sent me a photo and she's like, look at this. She made him for her whole family and showed him to me. They're so freaking cute. And I guess you can do it there. Like it's a thing. I've never been there. It's a huge freaking place. Like it's a huge, just look up Funko headquarters. It's huge. But super cute, right? So I had to share that with you. So I wanted to chat also. So I'm slowly getting back into the swing of social media. You guys, when I say I've been taking it slow, I have been taking it super slow. So even with like my Club Couture and everything, even Chalk Couture lives, like I've just literally been listening to my body and listening to my mind and just making sure, that I slowly reincorporate it. Because last time, I'm telling you what, I went full balls to the walls, not good. Not good. And even though it is corny, and that's why I did name this live this, when they say 1 day at a time, for me, it's even 1 hour at a time. It is so easy for me to relapse with my drug of choice because it is readily available. It's very easy to obtain. It is just so easy, like easy. In fact, where I'm at right now in a parking lot, I had to go park in a different spot because I'm too close to a store where I might have bought it. And that is something in the past I would have been like, no big deal. But now I'm like, no, I don't even want that to be a thing because that's, like a sobriety comes first thing. But, it is something that, I am dealing with, I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. I don't have a ton to talk to you about. I just knew if I didn't do a Ken from the car, I might not do it next week, and then I could be gone for months on end, and then you'll be like, where is he again? So I was like, I need to do a Ken from the car. Like, I wanted to. And it feels good and stuff like that. If you guys haven't been watching, you are 16 years, 9 months, 11 days sober, and I still have to take some days. Nancy, congratulations. Like, that's something I have to say. Like, when I go to NA meetings and I see, like, they really celebrate the 30 and the 60 and the 90 days. But then you hear people that are like, I have 15 years, I have 8, and I'm like, oh my gosh, one day I'll get there. But it's so overwhelming to think of that. I remember they told me in this treatment, my last treatment, they were like, you can never do anything. You can never drink. You can never do this. And I was so triggered by that. I was like, what do you mean I can never? What do you mean? I can never do that? Ever, 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 ever again? And I was like, now I want to do it. Now I need to go drink everything, or I've never done any of these drugs, but I can never do them again. So do I need to do them? Like, never. And this this treatment was like, don't ever say that. Your brain will immediately be like, I want it now. And so they're like, just say, like, for the next hour, I'm not going to do it. And this sounds so stupid. Like, I'm not going to do it for the next hour. And then the next hour comes and I'll reevaluate. And then the next hour comes and I'll reevaluate. And you just keep doing that. That's how I have to do it. Because if not, I get so overwhelmed that I'm like, no, gotta go do it now. Isn't that silly? It is silly. It's silly. Oh, update. Someone was asking about Riley. Okay, so for those who didn't know, when I was gone, Miss Riles has been having seizures. Fun fact that I didn't know that we found out, seizures, dogs, when they have seizures, it like is a natural response for another dog to attack them, because like they're attacking, it's like an animal wolf pack thing. And so Sierra attacked her and she had to get stitches and surgery and stuff like that. She had another seizure and just trying to figure out what's going on. So we made the decision to make her food. So Sean makes her own food, puts turkey in it and carrots and green beans and I think brown rice and squash. I don't know what else. And she loves it. But they also put her on phenobarbital, which has helped. She hasn't had another seizure. She is starving. She feels like she can't get enough food. Oh, no, squash. Zucchini. But no seizures, knock on wood. So it's been good. And I have to change people, places, and things to get where I am today. Yeah. But yeah, she acts like she's starving. Yeah, you are right. People, places, and things. That's what they talk about in rehab too. People, places, and things. But she's doing a lot better. Her surgery is better. We changed vet offices and we like this new vet. And so that's good and stuff. So knock on wood, that works. It's kind of a little sad because we have to separate our dogs now, which we used to have to do. It's kind of very reminiscent because when we had Toby and Tanner, same thing happened with them. They started fighting to the point where we had to separate them. And even though Sierra doesn't get aggressive with Riley, if Riley has a seizure, she would. So we have to separate them now, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. It's life, right? That's the way life turns it and stuff. So, other than that, guys, I don't have anything besides I love you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for always checking in on us, and being there for us. And I heard so much from people. Oh yeah, it is a new shirt. It is a Halloween shirt of the Headless Horseman from my favorite t-shirt company, RSVLTS. I had so many of you guys reach out to me when I was saying, I'm gone and it's going to take time for me to get back. And so many of you are like, take your time. We'll be here when you get back. And that's so reassuring, because, as a content creator, you're always worried, like, I'm going to lose touch with my audience and they're going to move on and stuff. So, that was that stuck with me and stuff. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys and the support you do give us and using our links. And for those of you buying the door tags and stuff, just to give you a heads up, we're going to be doing like custom Christmas ornaments next, I think, which is going to be like you send us a photo and we can do like baby's first Christmas or first marriage or my first house or favorite cat, favorite dog. If you want to do a naughty one, you can do a naughty one. Because some of our best sellers in the past have been like the elf that was kind of cursing and some other things. So I'm looking for fun ideas to do on this UV printer. We have this machine and we need to use it, but it can be overwhelming. The amount of stuff this machine can do is just like so overwhelming that I'm trying to find the best things to do that you guys want and will use and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so we'll see. Like, I'm super excited. It will be interesting the next few months what changes come and what we see. Who knows what direction it will take us. It could take us a whole bunch of different directions, so I can't wait. Anyways, oh, someone's trying to call me. Or maybe I called someone. Did I call someone? Or did they call me? I don't know. All right, guys. Once again, if you want to, this will be open for a week. The link is down below. Takes you to PayPal, and you just pay, and then we get the. You want to make sure your address is updated. All the other links are down below. Make sure you check out our Chalkatura channel, and all that stuff. So, all right. See you guys soon. Bye.